One of the only enchanting things I can find about my home state of Florida is its ability to transport you to any place in the world, imagined or real. What it lacks in vegetation and even beauty can be found in the heart of the peninsula known as Orlando. Electricity towers in honor of Mickey Mouse are something I've grown up to see as just another whimsical extension to a rather dull highway. Yet driving by Universal, I could not help in thinking of those whimsical adventures I would be having at LeakyCon if not for my plan to gain real-world experience and begin my college search. What I can say is that with each state border crossed, I realized how alike we truly are, because I tend to always put New York and every other state that isn't Florida on a pedestal, without bothering to acknowledge that they all have some kind of crazy out there sort of thing going on with them as well. One example being these billboards advertising wigs. Now, I either didn't know most people on the road tend to have wigs, or this is simply just strange. And then of course my stepdad decided to prove this very point by
looking like a fool with your pants on the ground.
Now what I haven't mentioned is that it takes 2 entire days to drive to Boston, amidst endless traffic jams through Philadelphia, Washington, and New York. Some people might prefer flying, but I'm thrilled with the emotion that comes from having to wait those 2 days, or however long it takes you to reach your destination. That feeling of anticipation that comes from driving through tunnels, knowing that maybe, at the end of that bridge, you'll find a city waiting for you to discover for the very first time. Boston was unlike any other city I've been to, with its beautiful architecture, lovely weather allowing one to actually drive with his convertible top open and not die of heat exhaustion, and, of course, the immense amount of culture you're able to experience with just a quick walk through the park. As much as I would have liked to experience the city further, my time there was mostly taken up with visiting Boston University and Emerson College, of which I didn't get any footage of, but in any case, BU's tour guide was more than a pleasure to listen and learn from. I obviously had to go to Harvard as well, for even though I knew I won't be applying there in the next year, it's Harvard freaking University. I also think I was able to experience Boston at the perfect moment in time. As one walked around the city the day of the Stanley Cup final, with just a quick glimpse of the crowd, you were able to understand that the city doesn't just like sports. It brings them together, be it with hockey, baseball, or even Quidditch. Because yes, BU has its own team. I can't explain to myself why I had never really wanted to go to Boston until now, knowing my dad had gone to college there himself and talked of it with a smile that was never present for any other city. What I can say is that I wish to follow in his footsteps and make the city my own.